What's up, Light Bears? Welcome to Light Tap. My name is Melissa.
And I'm Emily. And today we're going to be talking about growth.
Like the eagles! Which is literally the analogy that we're going to be using for this episode. You guys, season finale.
It's our last episode. Okay.
This is our last episode of the year. So, this is just a light tap into this topic. We're going to talk about growth. We are going to leave you with something. Since we're not going to see you December, we're not going to see you January. The next time that we see you is going to be February. If you're going to set your goals, if you're going to finish the year strong, if you're going to start the year strong, we're going to set you up real quick. And us too.
Yes.
Maybe something to consider and think about as you're planning out your new year, since a lot of people like to do New Year's resolutions or have goals or whatever the case may be.
Unless you're like some people, they start them like at the last week of December.
Yeah.
They start planning. Not that they start them. They start planning. They might not start them until February.
Because you need a whole month to recover from Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we're here and we're going to be talking about growth. So we're excited. This is our last episode. Remember, this is just a light tap into this topic. We're going to have a conversation. If you want a deeper Bible study, if you want something that goes in deep as to what the word really meant, or, the analogy that we're going to be talking about, which is like the eagle's process, things like that. This is the moment for you to open up your Bibles and do your own research and study and do all the things for yourself. Don't just let us kind of feed you, because we're really not. We're giving you like a little snack, like a little popcorn or something. Make sure that you are cooking for yourself and that you're feeding yourself a great big meal. Big meal. My brain. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Emily. Growth.
Yes.
You've accomplished some things which in Light Tap we're really proud of you. As your friend, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
You accomplished this great goal that you had, and it's become a real estate agent. How do you feel?
I'm excited. I'm nervous. I just want to start. But there's like a whole process, and you can't just start right away. You could, but I told my friend, and I think I told you, I want to set myself up for success, and that part is building a foundation of everything that you have to do before, so you can avoid the headaches in the future.
Yeah,
like I don't want to have to worry about like, so how do I pay my taxes, since I have to pay them and nobody's gonna take them out of my paycheck.
Yeah,
that's something I want to figure out right now, and not have to worry about it when I get my third or second paycheck and the year has passed and I didn't pay my taxes. You know what I mean?
And then you owe so much money to the IRS and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, and I mean, another example, like I don't want to learn about contracts and then be no, I don't want to not learn about contracts, and then I do my first contract and I'm like, I don't know where anything goes.
What is this?
Like, where does this go? And how much time do I have? And like, when do I send this? Like, no, I want to know before ahead of time. So when the time comes, I'm ready and I know where things go.
Exactly.
Which I already do, but it's something that you gotta, if you're not putting it to practice, then it's like you might forget.
Of course. Like anything.
With anything else.
Yeah, like anything. Mm-hmm. Like you'll be rusty. You'll need and then you'll start going. And so with that said, if you're looking for any real estate projects or anything like that in the Houston area, Sugarland, and that embarks Sugarland, Cypress, Pearland, Pasadena,
Atascocita.
Let's see what other ones we can name.
League City,
the Woodlands,
Greater Houston, Conroe, anything,
Katy.
Anything surrounding.
Yeah, anything that has to involve with Houston and its surroundings, contact Emily and she'll help you guys out. So definitely growing. Definitely that's like a huge jump. Yes. And so you're here now, and that's amazing. I'm pretty sure that you left behind some things in order to be where you are now. And has it been worth it?
Yes, I think it has been worth it. Obviously, you expect success right away. Yeah. And that's not how that works. You can't expect everything to be handed to you on a silver platter because you think you deserve it. Like, no, that's not how that works. Unfortunately, it's going to take a lot of dedication and hard work to get the results that you want. But yes, I do think it was worth it. it's just something that will take time.
For sure.
You know, just like with anything else.
Yep. All right. So today's verse is going to be Psalms 103, 1 through 5.
It says, "Praise the Lord, my soul, all my inmost being. Praise his holy name. Praise the Lord, my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your sins and heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit and crowns you with love and compassion, who satisfies your desires with good things so that your youth is renewed like the eagles."
You said it right. All right, Salmo 103 dice, con todas las fuerzas de mi ser alabaré a mi Dios. Con todas las fuerzas de mi ser lo alabaré y recordaré todas sus bondades. Mi Dios me perdonó todo el mal que he hecho, me devolvió la salud, me libró de la muerte, me llenó de amor y de ternura. Mi Dios me da siempre todo lo mejor, me hace fuerte como las águilas. So Emily, we're talking about this obviously renewal and whenever in growth, right? And whenever, I know church people, I know that you guys have heard the analogy when talking about the subject of the eagle's process of everything that it has to go through in order for it to be able to be good. And so we're not going to play you a video. We're not going to do none of that. But we are going to talk a little bit about the rebirth of an eagle. And what we have learned is that when the eagle is 40 years old, it has two options. Whether that is one, die, or go through this painful period of self-inflicting pain para después renovarse. I know that for a lot of us, a lot of things are happening in our lives, depending on your age or depending on your goals. I'm pretty sure that we have all come up. If not, we're going to come up to a space or to a phase or to a time where we are going to have to decide, am I going to be stuck here? Am I gonna die on this? Am I content with like what I have lived so far and I'm not gonna esforzarme anymore para hacer mejor o para tener mejor? Or am I going to self-inflict some pain right now? Porque yo sé que después de este proceso, después de este pain, después de este momento of loneliness, of like really spending time with myself and learning about myself and still like plucking things out and breaking things and doing other things, de que al final de esto, I'm gonna come out new.
Better.
And better. And so have you done this? And if so, what, like, obviously you have, because look at you now. So what are some self-inflicting things that you did that were painful, pero that you can say, ¿sabes qué? Because hice esta parte, like, puedo decir que hoy estoy aquí.
You know, okay, obviously I'm gonna pull from the most recent thing, which is you know what we just talked about me getting licensed. There's a couple that I'm still actually going through right now.
Oh wow, okay.
Yes. And it's something that I had already mentally prepared myself for. So let me give you a little bit of a background. When you start realtor school, we have a famous realtor school here in Houston. It's called Champions. And you ask anybody, they'll send you to Champions. And I love the teachers that I had there. They're very smart, very informative. But they teach you to pass the exam. They don't teach you for the real world. You know why? Because the real world doesn't apply to the test. The test is based on law and logic. Yes. So I remember they had already told me, my friends who are in the real estate business and my previous boss had, because she's a broker as well, they had told me, hey, just so you know, prepare yourself because it's going to be a lot of money. Just to give you an idea, realtor school, you have to pay out in full for all your classes, and it's $1,000. Okay. I had already put in my head, okay, no problem. I can do that. And I can have a little bit saved on the side so I can pay for anything that I need, right?
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't going to be working as much as I would have wanted to, because the work that I was doing, it paid well. it did. And I was just like, but I have enough saved up where I don't have to worry about that.
You truly prepared for this moment.
Yes. So I went in with the idea that like anything else that I had to pay for realtor school or anything after wouldn't be no more than $500.
Okay.
That's what I went into. Like, okay. I think that's a good amount.
All right.
I think I'm
1,500.
I'm definitely like making sure that I have more than enough.
Yeah.
That's what I had thought.
Okay.
So, I've never liked to put myself in a position where I am financially unstable.
Yeah.
I've always been one, you know, we talked about this in this podcast where I am financially independent.
Yes.
I don't have to worry about somebody supporting me. I will support myself in every step of the way.
Yeah.
And I've always been proud of that. So to put myself in a position where I am financially unstable was a very hard thing for me to do. Mm-hmm. I knew that it was something for my betterment, that it was going to help me grow to something that was bigger than me. Yeah. And that I knew in the end it would be worth it. Mm-hmm. But I was struggling because I was just like, no, like if work comes my way, I will take it. Yeah. And if that means that I will study all night, guess what? I will go to sleep at 3 a.m. It is what it is. Yeah. That was my mentality. I was like, I have to, unless they offer me work during my classes, that's a no. Like I'm taking the class, right? So I had my priorities straight. I was like, it's fine. Like if something comes up, great. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm going to make sure that I put studying first.
For sure.
Right? So that happened. I got licensed. No time did they tell you, not before or after you pass your classes, that not only do you have to pay to take the exam, the state and the nationals, you also have to pay to sign on with the brokerage. You have to pay, if different brokerage offer different things, you have to pay for a mentorship. You have to pay for a franchise fee. You have to pay like all these different fees, your office fee, like your desk fee, like you have to pay your CRM fee. There's so many things. Yeah. Some brokers charge those fees, some don't. And all in all, instead of $500 after licensing, it was another $1,000. And I was just like, oh, me duele, I'm dead. Like you just shot me, like dang, like yeah. I've never lies. I have put down a couple K before, a couple grand, but it wasn't all at once. And it was all at once. You're telling me, because I went in full force. I went in with a couple people that I was like, oh, like I could be friends with you in the first class. And a lot of those people had the same mentality I did, and some didn't. Half of my friends were like, we're going to take this first class the whole week. But they also have classes that they offer for 2 days. And they were like, after the 2 days, you take your test, you pass it, next class. So I took my first class a whole week, and I was just like, if I feel comfortable, all the rest of my classes are going to be 2 full days, test, next, 2 full days, test, next.
Got it.
And I did that. So I technically finished like all my classes in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, what? You finished already?
Yes. And then I had friends where I saw them at the career convention, where all the brokers were there trying to like sell us into like signing on with them, right? They're like, yeah, I'm almost done, and this is like ya pasado un mes. So I'm like, one of them reached out to me, and I was just like, hey, like, are you licensed? Like, how are you? And they were like just barely getting licensed.
Oh,
and
wow.
that was, so now it's been like 2.5, almost 3 months later. Yeah. And I'm just like, damn, I didn't realize I flew by that fast. Yeah. So I look back at it now, and I'm like, dang, I really did commit. Yeah. But I suffer financially because they didn't explain that to you. Yeah. So even right now, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I purposely, so I could push myself forward. I purposely told my people that hire me, because there's different people that hire me for different things. I told them, hey, like, I'm only going to be working 2 days out of the week. And I told them all the same thing. So y'all are all allowed to have me for 2 days. That's all I'm giving you. Yeah. So aprovechenme. Aprovechenme las horas que ustedes quieran. Yeah. But I'm telling you, I will, for you individually, and for you individually, and for you individually, like not just 2 days for all of y'all put together. Like, no, you all each get 2 days. Yeah. It could be the same day, it could be different days, different hours, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I will give you 2 days.
Yep.
And those are the days that you can call on me. If you want different days, text me. And if I'm available, I'll be there. And if not, no. Because the rest of the days I will be doing realtor stuff.
Yeah.
I will be putting myself out there. I'll be,
like
I'm making
full
sure that
entregada en esto.
if I need to do training, I will be doing training. If I will be getting busy, then guess what? I will be busy. And that's me dedicating time to help myself grow.
For sure.
But because I'm dedicating that time to grow, I have cut my income in more than like 70%.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously I'm like, okay, realistically, how much longer can I do that, right? But I know that like, okay, I need this much money to come in weekly. This is how much money I need to put in monthly. During the time that I'm not working, what am I doing? Am I wasting time, or am I actually doing realtor stuff?
Yeah.
Am I putting myself out there? Am I networking? Am I making connections? Am I learning? Am I, socializing with my brokerage? Like moving forward. And if I am, then that's something that I have to do, and it's worth it.
Yep.
It's uncomfortable because I have never been financially unstable. But
it's
painful, but I know that it's something that I have to do.
Absolutely.
Do I like it? No.
Does it feel good?
No. But I know that in this process, I will learn a lot.
For sure.
And I will learn that, not only am I learning to be my own boss, because I am my own boss. I'm my own company, technically. Because I'm an independent contractor. I am also learning to how to prioritize things, not in the sense of value in money, but value in time. Because my time is more valuable than money itself.
Yep.
So that's something that I, had to be like, switch real quick. Because if you don't, then I run the risk of running back of like, give me as much work as you can because I need the money.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
and then you're gonna dejar esto a un lado, and then it's like el sacrificio que hiciste fue de puro
It wasn't
uso,
worth it.
porque you're still stuck in that same spot donde estabas antes. Entonces it's like, no, you gotta make sure that the sacrifice is worth it. Like, yes, it's painful, yes, it's uncomfortable, pero it is going to get you to this place where you are going to be sooner rather than later.
That was something that it still is really uncomfortable for me.
I think mine is a little bit more like emotional wise. At the beginning of the year, I think I said that I wanted to be softer. So this is like our last check-in, you guys, before the end of the year. I do want to say that I have, I feel like I have grown in this area, and that I had to like make sacrifices with myself and in like more emotional, again, more like inside my heart and my soul and my everything, because I had to become vulnerable in some areas where like I wanted to be softer, which was like making sure that I told the people, like I wanted to grow in that area, making sure that I was communicating to the people that I loved them. I wanted to make sure that I showed up for people. I wanted to make sure that, I got in touch with who I am in my essence, and like who God wants me to be, who he created me to be. And so
Exactly.
I feel like it's been hard because I am not the lovey-dovey type. I am because I am, but it's hard. Like I've created this hard shell to where like I'm not gonna say that, like absolutely not. And so
do you feel like that's because you're afraid to be vulnerable, or are you afraid that like when you do give people the chance to see your inner self and that vulnerability, do you feel like que te van a rechazar?
Not rechazar, but I feel like you're gonna hurt me eventually because you know how much I love you.
Got it.
So you're gonna like, I don't know why, I felt that. I felt like if you know how much I love you as a friend, as my husband, as my, whoever, I feel like then you're going to take advantage of my love, and then you're going to probably manipulate it or use it against me.
Yeah.
And so, and then at the end of the day, because you know that you're so close to my heart, that you know that if you do something to me, like it is actually going to hurt me.
It is going to hurt you.
Versus if somebody that I really don't care about does something to me, they can think all they want that they hurt me, and I'm going to be over here like, what you did is messed up. I asked you out of my life, but it really didn't hurt. Like you didn't really touch me like that because I didn't care about you. So it's like that moment. And so I had to really it's been painful. Like, for example, this week, I really, like, you have been on my mind this week. And
yeah, I noticed.
You really have been on my mind this week. And I have been meaning to, like, text you and say some nice things and all this stuff. But I would stop myself.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I know that you know that I love you.
You heard it here first, folks. She said she loves me. She can't take that back now. She said it.
It's on record. You know that. I would think that. I will hope that you know that. But it's not because of how I said it to you. Mm-hmm. It's more because you
have showed it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And so it's been heavy on my heart and my mind this week, where it was like, no, you gotta tell her. No, you gotta tell her. No, you gotta tell her. Like, she has to know. She has to know. She has to know. It has to come out of your mouth. It has to. Mm-hmm. And it was a battle.
Really?
Yeah, it was painful.
More painful than that one time that, like, you hadn't seen me for like 2 weeks, or like more 3, and like I came in and you like threw yourself on me. I was like, oh, okay, a hug. This is a legit hug. Which we give hugs all the time, but that hug was different. Y eso todavía la tengo en mi memoria. I was like, damn,
that's stuck with you forever.
She missed me for real.
Yeah, that one was because that was spontaneous. That's how I felt, and that's how I reacted. And in that moment, como que no me di la chance to second guess it.
Oh, so you just went for it.
I just went, like, I went straight for it. Like, that's, like, I just went. This, because it was a message, because it was something like that I wanted to say, and I wanted to, like, make sure that I said how I felt, that I had to really think about it. And so as I thought about it, I'm like, I know I don't want to do this. Like, yes, I do, but I don't. I'm scared. I'm mainly scared. Like, I don't know. Like, I trust Emily. I've known her for X amount of years. I don't think that she'll ever hurt me, but it's still scary.
Yeah.
And so it was like a pain. It was like I was como que, like, really, like, trying to, like, get out, like, and I was trying to, like, break it.
Break through.
And so it was painful. It was painful. And so I'm like, but I have to do it. Number one, I have to do it. I not that you need my words, but I'm like, no, I want you to know how much you mean to me. But also I need to do it for me to grow, for me to, like, to be able to say, I don't care about the risk of what can happen in the future, if anything happens in the future, but I need this for my own growth. And so I remember writing the messages crying, by the way.
I had a feeling that I was like, ask you.
I was like low-key crying, because again, it's painful.
Yeah.
But and then again, it's because it's like, I know that we've been friends for a while, but like I like, this is the time that you're gonna know, like, how much you mean. Don't be doing that. Stupid stuff, because I'm gonna cry right now.
Continue.
Let me stick in the deer.
Continue.
You stop it right now. But yeah, I was like, Emily, what the heck? This is so stupid.
So how did you feel when you sent the message?
I felt great. I felt like I overcame a big thing that I had been carrying for a while, that had me stuck in this, like,
this limbo.
Yeah, like this, not even like that, but it was like this toughness. You know what I mean? Like this, like, I don't express my love to people because I'm so tough and whatever, which is stupid. So I was like, I felt really good, because I'm like, okay, I am growing.
Yeah,
I can be vulnerable and
you can express
like
yourself.
I can. Like, it's possible for me.
It's uncomfortable, but you can do
it. Which I felt for a long time like it was impossible. So stupid. It's so stupid. But I felt good. I felt like I grew. It's obviously still kind of painful because it's scary. But I also felt good because I was like, my dear friend, who I love very much. I said it again.
That's a big thing. She said it 2 times.
Yeah, is able to know how much I care, how much I appreciate, and how like truly proud I am of who you are right now.
Yeah.
With or without the license thing, and with or without whatever. And then obviously, like, I can see where you're going, and I'm just, even before you get there, I'm already proud of you. So
So
yeah.
can you imagine, right?
Yes.
I appreciate everything you just said, because sometimes I be having a little bit of FOMO when I'm not with you, and I'm like, why couldn't I be there?
Yeah.
Like when we talked about that thing that we wanted to do this weekend, I was just like, I was feeling like crap.
Yeah.
I was just like, not a big deal, there'll be more chances. And I was just, but it really got to me in that moment, and I just didn't want to tell you, but I was just like, man, you know what? It's just she'll find out eventually. I was like, it's fine. Because I don't like to keep anything.
Yeah.
At least not for that long. But imagine how hard it is for us that we're just friends.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I would like to say we're a little bit more than friends at this point.
For sure.
Imagine how hard it is to, one, let God work in you and move you, and for you to be willing to be moved. How much more harder would it be for us when we're in a relationship with God?
Yeah.
Because God's like, I know where I want you to be. I know that this is gonna help you. Just let me help you get there.
Yeah, like,
and just
it hurts for a little bit.
No, I ain't doing it. This hurts too much. I don't want to. And he's just like, look, you're just a little piece of coal. I want you to be a diamond. Go through that process so you can get to the end. I promise you it's worth it. But because we're so scared and we don't want him to work in us, we don't want him to give us a situation to make us have more patience, because we need patience, or we want to feel loved. But God's like, okay, you want to feel loved? Then I'm going to give you a situation to love somebody.
Yeah.
But you're like, but I don't want that. I want to be loved.
I want
without
the benefits
having the situation of loving someone and risking that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, I do think that it's something that we don't take advantage of the situation that God puts us in to give us what he wants. I think we take it for granted. We don't realize what a blessing it is to have that situation, because we don't know what the end looks like, the end of the road, right?
Yeah.
So like for you don't know, who knows? I know I will never betray you. I will never lose your trust. But who knows, right?
Yeah.
If down the road, 20, 30 plus years down the road, you don't know how that person's going to act. You don't know if they're going to betray your trust. Even if you've been super close to them for X amount of years. Yeah. You don't know that. And the same way that we don't know, what God's plans are for us, what he will allow us to have and what he won't. And we don't know what that looks like, and we're putting in that trust so we can grow, but it's still gonna hurt. It's still gonna be hard, but we know that it'll be for the betterment.
Exactly. Again, the eagle, right? It has to pluck out its own feathers because they're too heavy.
Yes.
And they has to break his beak because it's too old. It has to arrancarse las claws because they're too long. All of these things, it's like a pruning moment. And it's like the Bible talks about the pruning process to be able to grow. And he knows that, right? So it's like you said, we have to really trust in him that he saw the bigger picture. And you also have to get with the plan, that you are going to have, you have to do your part. And so if that God is telling you, prune from this thing, let go of this, let go of it, break this, break that, unpull this or unclaw this, whatever, you have to do that. And it's going to hurt, and sometimes it's gonna be a lonely process. Maybe you're not gonna have a support system. Maybe people are not gonna believe in you. I still have people who don't believe that I can be soft, that I can be whatever. They're like, no, tú eres un whatever, you're just
you're too tough.
Or it is you're quick to pop off and blah blah blah, and they're like, you don't have the support. It's okay as long as you continue the process and you trust in the one who put you in the process, that at the end of the day you are going to grow. So we're gonna move on to our Reddit story for the week in the last Reddit story of the year of 2023. You ready?
Okay. This one is titled, Am I the jerk for becoming a different person once I had a glow up and became more attractive?
It depends. Were you a jerk? That too. Were you a jerk because you got more attractive? Because some people they act all humble
and they're just like, "Oh, I'm too good for you now."
Exactly. Now, don't talk to me. I'm too good. Whatever. I got a new group of friends. I don't know. Pending.
Okay. Let's see what it says. Alrighty. So this one says, like the title says, hold on, you guys, I'm blind. I really am. And after all these like little like random tears coming out,
you need to stop that.
Yeah. Okay. Like the title says, over the past few months, I've had a huge glow up. Not really due to anything I did, but rather just luck. Had a huge growth spurt, and my face just changed, losing a lot of baby fat and all that. I also got a haircut that suited me better, so at the end of the day, I look like a completely different person, better looking person. The thing you have to know is I was never really unpopular, ugly, or whatever. I was just pretty much just another unremarkable Asian kid in AP classes who plays tennis, which is what constitutes a stereotypical Asian at my school. And our school is 40% Asian, so obviously I didn't stand out at all. So mostly I hung out with other Asian guys, not because I really liked them. To be honest, I don't really like or dislike them. They were just there. But because it was just a group of people I was most often grouped with. But when I started looking better, a lot of people actually started noticing me for once, which led to a lot of attention from girls. Talking to a lot of girls led me to meeting their friends and so on until I knew a lot more people who are considered popular. And honestly, I really like hanging out with them instead of the other generic Asian guys, since these guys are popular for a reason. They're funny, do cool stuff, throw parties, etc., etc. So I started hanging out with them more. A lot of people from my old group are pissed at me saying I ditched the group. I don't really think I have any obligation to them though. We were barely friends, and when I found people that I actually liked hanging out with, I decided to hang out with them instead of the people I don't. I don't necessarily see what's wrong with that. Am I the jerk?
Yep.
That was a quick one.
Yep. He is. Like, what the heck? To me, it's like, now you want to bash the group of people that have been there with you all of this time because you were ugly like a long time. Yes. And they were there with you. All of a sudden you got cute.
You're too good for them.
And now they want to be friends with you. Yeah. Why didn't they want to? Why didn't they want to be friends
with you when you were regular? All of a sudden you got a new haircut, you lost weight, and now they want to be friends with you.
Now they want to accept you versus these people who accepted you from the beginning, whether you looked, whether you didn't. So you are the jerk. And then you're saying like, I didn't really like them or dislike them. They were just there. Or the other comment of let's see. What they said, generic. The instead of the other generic Asian guys. Like, excuse me. And then they're like, since these kids are popular for a reason, they're funny, do cool stuff, throw parties, etc. Like, excuse me. I'm pretty sure whoever you were with before, they're cool too in their own way. Like, everybody is cool their own way. Everybody does things their own way. Like, you have to appreciate everybody for who they are, not for whatever version of that you want them to be. So to me, yes, you're absolutely the jerk. Hopefully you learn your lesson, which most likely you will, because whenever you're unpopular for a long time, whenever you are considered basic for a long time, and all of a sudden you have a glow up and now they want to accept you, at some point you are the newbie. Maybe they will unaccept you whenever you fall short of their expectations of who they are. Jerk.
Dang, she got some words for him.
What do you think?
You know what sucks? I do think he's a jerk. What sucks is that okay, obviously these kids that he was hanging out with before, they considered him a friend. Yeah. They were like, we spend time together, we do the same things, like we have some things in common culturally. Yeah, culturally wise. And he's just they were just like, we're here, like we chilling. But he was so fast to trade up. Like he was so fake to them when they were real with him. You know, I don't know how real they were, because obviously we don't have their side of the story. But just talking about how they were hurt, like they were like, damn, you want to be with them. Let me tell you something, beauty is fleeting. Like it doesn't last forever. And it's not something that, you know, has monetary value. You know, people like to put some type of value because you got what's it called, pretty privilege. Pretty privilege. Let me tell you, do you know how fast pretty trends change? What was considered like ugly last year might be considered cute this year. What was considered in style last year is now out of style. It's something that has, like, again, it all depends on people's opinions. People's opinions change all the time. What, you think they like you right now? Do one wrong thing that they don't like.
Exactly.
Do one thing, or change your hair. See if they still like you. Gain some weight. Are they still going to be your friends? Are they still going to be there for you?
Exactly. And we're going this hard. I do want to say we're going this hard because it's all about like the look part, the look aspect of it. However, if it was something different, like, oh, hey, like my ex group of friends, they want to, you know, stay in this same position forever. They don't want to grow. They're in this place and they're content with being there, and I'm not. I do want to grow. I do want to do better. I want to get new hobbies. I want to do new activities. I want to go and explore further than just my culture, but they want to still stay stuck here. Then that'll be a different story. I would say, okay, go ahead. You don't owe them anything. Go ahead and move forward with whatever is going to help you grow. But in this case, it was a little bit more of like physical wise, and like him calling them people basic from the beginning, even though they were there for him this whole time. And so it's just a little bit different.
Man, that does really suck. But it does sound like some high school.
Of course. Yeah, for sure. It's high school. Yeah. So
these people say, you're the jerk. Maybe I'll get a lot of downvotes for this, but you just sound like a narcissistic as a jerk teenager. And the fact that you use glow up annoys me even more. Yeah, your friends are pissed because they clearly thought you guys were friends, whereas you were just using them. Thank you. As soon as you found people that you felt were better than them, you moved on. I mean, at the end of the day, that's life. You're still the jerk to me, though.
To me, too.
And then somebody else says, you're the jerk for calling certain people generic.
Thank you. That part.
If you have more in common with the cool kids, great. But most people find out later that the quiet people were more interesting. And the actually cool people maintain friendships with all types.
Yep. I agree. All right. Hopefully you learn your lesson. You most likely will eventually, especially this was in high school, and this post was a long time ago, 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
So you're probably out of high school, and we're seeing a ver si es cierto. Are they still your friends? All right, ready? Okay. Our last song of the year.
Okay, mine is Imperfecto by Gabriel EMC. I don't know if I already played this before. I don't care. I still like it.
It's still my favorite.
Still good. Okay, ready?
Yep. You did play this, by the way.
It's okay. Okay, I was like, pause.
You made me like that song.
Yes, I love this song. It's one of the songs that, you used to say a lot back in the day. You used to say, I'm perfectly imperfect.
Yes.
And then that really stuck to me. And so when I heard this song, it is called Imperfect in Spanish, I was just like, it reminds me of Melissa. And then I was like, I started listening to it. Low-key loved the beat drop.
Yeah,
right at the very beginning.
Definitely.
So that really caught my attention. It was such a vibe. But I love more the fact that it says like, that you love me and that you haven't left me, that your grace your grace has told me that even though I'm imperfect, like you still love me. And I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
All
right, my favorite song, another Madielara for the month. I've been obsessed, and this one is called No Existe. So, no hay otro como Dios. Before you leave this year, before the year ends, truly, truly, there is no God like our God. There is no one that exists like him, that can beat him. He has no competition against anyone. And so this is just like a reminder of that. He's always with us. You know, even in our growing process, even in our painful process, even in whatever process, he is with us. And there is no one like him. There's no one that can love you like him. There's no one that can protect you like him. There's no one that can provide like him. There is no one that can save like him. And so for that reason, I love this song. All right, you guys, that is it for 2023. What a year. So excited. We did so many different things that we hadn't done in the past, and we're just really thankful for every person that was here this year with us, supporting us and helping us. To all of our guests that were here, you know, I truly appreciate you. We truly appreciate you and all the support that you have given us. For every person that has seen this podcast this year, who has subscribed to this podcast this year, we appreciate you. Thank you for understanding us and joining into the conversations that we're having. You know, I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to had Vivid Set and run Vivid Set for the time that it was ran. And I'm also thankful for letting it go and hope, even though that was painful too, but I believe that it's helping us grow in these conversations. And so it's been a great year. Next year is going to be an even better year. And we're just so excited. So take this time to really you know, focus on what is that you want, and take some time to really focus on the Lord and you know, have him in your heart, and have, like we talked about in our last podcast, have that oil refill ready to go. And then next year we're going to start with a bang. So
we'll see you next year. You know, during this time that we're gone, you know, like Melissa said, definitely make sure you keep your oil refilled. And always, you know, do your own research. Open up the Bible, open up your study Bible, your study resources. And even though we're gone, our videos are still up. So if you haven't checked any of the others out, feel free to do so now. This is your
binge
time. Binge watch them while you're waiting for us to come back. And we will see you next year.
February, we're gonna be back, and we're probably gonna have a new background.
Oh yes, we're gonna redecorate. We're gonna be painting.
Yeah. Remember, if you need a sell, lease, rent, buy, all the things, hit up your girl. If you want to check out the behind the process as we are getting ready for February in the next season, follow us on Light Tab. You can follow our personal page if we have it up. So that you can see how we're preparing for next year. And we are just so excited. So take time to rest, take time for your family, and then come back and grind. All right, that is it for today's podcast. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. And we're out.